For decades, if things get a little tough around Tucson, only 2 words are necessary. Bear down. And that's what the Arizona Wildcats hope to do in front of their homestanding fans today. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on another SEC rival, the Arizona Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. He'll call for the fair catch here. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Here's the handoff. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Listen, I know that's not a huge gain. Those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth quarter game.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to run for it. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
And the Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And that pass is intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make a punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense early.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
That makes the score Georgia 7, Arizona 0.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. Fair catch called for and made. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
This offense has a second down play. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it.
What a snag by the defense. Takes it the other way. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Dogs! How about that D coming up with a play like that? What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14.
That makes the score Georgia 14, Arizona 0.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Sending the offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. A full dive to haul that one in.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Looking to the end zone on third and goal. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Well, you'd think this would be a very makeable field goal attempt, but they're going to go for it on fourth down. Looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. And the ball is intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
And that's just a force by the quarterback. They're throwing it into cover 3. It's a zone coverage, and if you're going to try to throw it deep down the middle, you need another route to occupy the safety and take him away. There was nothing there that time. That's just way too easy of an interception for him.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Got his man on the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Dogs want to pick up the tempo.
That is a really good-looking throw. You think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he breaks into the open. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Arizona, 0.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
To kick this one away.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Quarterback checking the play. 3rd down play from the gun. Gets it out quickly. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. He's right on target. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Leaves it with the running back. Finds a crease at the 20. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wildcats. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
Lining up to add another. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. UTEP is in front. They've owned the line of scrimmage today. They still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over Louisville. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Briggs. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. He's got an open man. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
This is exactly why 3rd down is practiced every single day. 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on 3rd down.
They're bringing heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Trying to escape and get it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year. This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. Can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
To the air on first down. He's got his man. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
The Bulldogs with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quarterback extends the play. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football with a relentless chase. I love it. Get to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense. And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And then coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. Wide out in motion. The snap sets up the throw. Using the quick game. Touchdown Bulldogs! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
That makes the score Georgia 28, Arizona 7.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll throw it on first down. Lofts one high and deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Couldn't get anything done on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 46. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit them with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind them.
Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona!
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 41 yards covered by that touchdown strike. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
First and 10.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Quick pass on the fly motion. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Shoots it to the left. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. He's looking to throw it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Briggs. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
How many first downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
Pulls it in. It's Wicks.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him in the air.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. They keep attacking through the air. He's looking deep. It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there getting set. Fair catch called for and made. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Arizona! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Garner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Got a man. It's Briggs. At the 35, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
Working that left side now. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Georgia.
It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Georgia.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. Wants to pass. He looks that one in nicely. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. On second down, he'll let it fly. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that one is picked up in the end zone. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Arizona set to start this second half. They'll kick it off. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half, and so this...
Off he goes! A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on 1st down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start putting a lot of pressure.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Throws to the wideout. And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
3rd down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. They're going to throw it again. Feeling some heat. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Man, what a nice run by the QB. Great job exploding, getting upfield, and then smartly getting out of bounds. And, man, how hard is it to stop an offense with a guy at the quarterback spot that's so dynamic?
4th down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia.
Georgia, number 29, with the carry.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it.
21.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
That's a really good play by the defense, playing deep to shallow. My job is to stay as deep as the deepest. Make sure I don't get beat deep. If they throw it underneath, I go make a tackle and rally, but I can't give up those deep shots. Great job by the DB.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Gets it out of there for the first time today, and didn't see much of him in that loss a week ago. Called on just once. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
The give to the back. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
They'll put the tight end in motion. The give to the lone running back.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Leaves it with the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And a nice play by the defense. 3rd and short, you're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass, and giving no space for the offense.
Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Line gets set, 1st down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Firing to the right, complete. At the 45, on his way. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Finds his tight end. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
On the set.
Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Quarterback will audible. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Finds the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Makes his connection. And they'll move the chains with the 1st down. That might be it for the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Georgia 42, Arizona 21.
On the double.
And now a fresh set of downs for this offense.
Lion.
Toss sweep to the right. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
2nd down coming up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. On target. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Great job by the offense, being patient, understanding when they're in zone coverage. I got to hit those tight windows, make those precise passes to get those big plays.
The Wildcats trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arizona.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And the extra point splits the uprights. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
They'll run play action. Going for it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Nebraska rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that's produced winners of the award from Johnny Rodgers to Mike Rozier to Eric Crouch. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback...
And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
So they'll try to salvage this drive on 2nd and long from the 12. He's looking to throw. Going for it all. And the ball is picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve his field position.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25.
This offense is in no hurry, right? Control the clock is priority number 1. I'm going to run the football. I got the lead. I already got great field position, but I'm not interested in scoring right away. I got to make sure I watch that play clock tick down, maximize those seconds, and keep being physical with the run game.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did.
Yeah, nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man, when you hit that mark a lot of times and you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
Going with the ground game left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Dogs! And the beatdown has ensued. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And the extra point is good. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away.
To advance on the football.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Got it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Moves.
Give to the back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On the ready.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning.
On
The
the
receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They'll try to get outside. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
When you're running up the middle, you got so many big boys on the inside. When you run this toss out wide, it's nice because you get away from all the beef. You get to get on the perimeter, make some of those little guys make some tackles out wide. The running back really appreciates when you give him some tosses.
Okay, ready.
Arizona going back to work with another first down.
Lasso. Lasso. Freak it.
From the gun, the running back has it. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on first down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
Makes the stop at the 49, give him 5 yards on the play and a first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? The give from the gun. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And these are these moments as a defense, like, you're just trying to get out of the game. We're rotating, we're subbing, like, we've stopped them all game long. Like, they can run the football right here. The biggest thing is the clock ticking, us getting out of here with the dub, and really, everybody staying healthy.
Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like If you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get just kind of one stop with as many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.